It was an actual object. They don't know what it is.
What do you think of the sky I made?
How many energy drinks did you have today? Not a lot.
That wasn't her toe, dude.
Hey, what is up, y'all? Welcome back to another Bryce is Right. I hope y'all all had a great freaking week and really great freaking weekend. And I hope y'all are ready to dive down deep into some of the creepiest and freakiest videos I could find in the deepest, darkest corners of TikTok. And nah, these aren't your ordinary videos. They're going to be blowing your mind, making your head spin, and having you question your reality. But of course, before we get started, let's go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss out on any future content, and leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Let us know what's up. Other than that, let's go ahead and dive right in, y'all. Let's get it.
Dude, tell me this is not straight out of a horror film. Light flickering, doors just sitting there open.
Gotta run.
Bro, someone is dying tonight and it ain't me. Yeah, what the fuck?
Jeez, that gave me immediate goosebumps. What? What is a bro doing? Why did he treat it like a diving board?
No, it's cool, I'm cool. Bring your green hat, let's go. Come on, everybody, we're going.
Dang, 3 little mamas on there. And he said, hold my beer.
This is where everything changed. And I asked a question that no hypnotherapist asks. Now, just go to the time and place that you most need to go to for your healing. I left it up to the subconscious mind to then decide. And then he starts explaining, I'm 27 years old and my client's 21. So I'm like, okay, well, he's projecting himself 6 years into the future. He's explaining a body type that wasn't quite his body type as well. And he said his name was Jeremy. I'm like, that's not a name. Well, he's really constructing a false identity here to really live out something, you know? So I'm going to go with it, right? This is new. So he's going through this life. Like, okay. He gets all the way to his deathbed. And he's in hospital, right? I said, okay, how old are you? He says, I'm 72 years old. And I'm like, okay, well, what's happening? He says, I'm dying of heart failure. I said, okay, you're aware that you're dying? He says, yes. I said, is anyone with you? He says, yeah, my wife Susan, she's on my left. I said, okay, she's holding my hand. Okay. Do you have any children? He says, yes, Axel and Chris, I love them dearly. No doubt in his voice, no hesitation. I'm like, okay, cool. He said, but they're not here. I said, okay, all right. Is there a date? And then he just waits about 5 seconds and he says, yeah, September 11, 1981. Whoa. And I'm like, 81? Backwards? Yeah. What happens next? And he goes, I've just died. I'm above my body and my wife Susan's still holding my hand. She's crying. I said, okay, well, what do you notice? A ball of light. I said, a ball of light? And he's like, yeah, something like that. And he says, then there's this big grand light above me and it's drawing me in. And I'm like, okay, how does it feel? He says, it feels euphoric. I said, okay, if it feels right, continue on, see what happens next. And he passes into this light. Here's where it gets weird. His linguistic style shifts, so the way he constructs his language and his words changes. He's now speaking proverbially, meaning like very proper. I said, okay, so if you've just died, you're also born here in 1996. What happens in those 15 years? Yeah. And he says, nothing. We waited for this body. I said, we? This body? Says, yes, he will unite people. He was struggling with the fear of isolation in this life here, which he needs to overcome here. But he will unite people in this
still
body.
having people write your papers, huh?
We, he. I said, who are you? And you know what he says? Kleinheid. I said, can you spell that? He says Kleinehaide. Still remember writing it down when he said it. And I said, where's that from? And he goes, it's ancient. You wouldn't understand.
I feel like I would like that, but then I don't think I would.
Salgas, ahí está el cocodrilo, mira.
Out the beach.
¡Aguas! ¡Aguas! ¡Ay, hijo de la... ¡Córrele, córrele! ¡Córrele, córrele! ¡Ay, le tiró la mordida, ¿viste? ¡Aguas! ¡Aguas! ¡Ay, hijo de la... ¡Córrele, córrele!
I don't know, is that what it was?
¡Córrele, córrele!
Dang. Oh, sheesh.
This mofo knows not to mess with Sir Joseph Sturt.
So now we got
Ay, por poquito
great
lo agarra el
white
muchacho,
sharks and
¿verdad?
lakes. You got alligators at the beach.
Do you remember that radioactive shrimp we just had? Yeah, it just got expanded. And have you seen the amount of items that are on a recall right now? First, the FDA has now expanded that shrimp recall because more batches have now tested positive for cesium-137. And if you don't know what that is, it's literally radioactive material. They're saying that they distributed the shrimp to over 20 states, including Walmart and Kroger. So if you bought shrimp recently, obviously go check it. Next, eggs. A company that's called Country Eggs just had to recall their cage-free brown eggs after they got linked to a salmonella outbreak. Almost 100 people in 14 different states are already sick from this, and the CDC is saying that the cartons had a sell-by date up to mid-September. Next, salad kits. This place called Taylor Farms just recalled their honey salad kit sold in 25 different states because the dressing packs got swapped out for the wrong one. This basically means that they could secretly contain sesame and soy allergens. They're saying that so far nobody has gotten sick yet, but this one's especially terrifying for people with possible allergies. Are we literally supposed to eat air? Make sure you go ahead and follow me now so you don't miss the next recall, because apparently going to the grocery store is a new horror movie.
Dang.
You may have seen this footage or you may not. And if you haven't, then you're going to love this. This was actually captured by a family back in 2022. They were having a family outing out at Lake Champlain when they recorded what some are deeming the best footage ever captured of the famous lake monster, also known as Champ. Take a look at this, because whatever it is serpentine. It's not something you would typically see in the lake. Now, hundreds of people have come forward claiming to have seen Champ. Could this be legitimate footage of that? Take a look at the footage, comment below, tell me what you think.
Mine's been reversed.
I'm going to prove this wrong using space math.
Here is how Earth orbits the sun.
The sun is at the center of the solar system.
No, it technically isn't. If this is how you imagine the solar system, you're wrong. This is the formula to calculate the center of mass for n bodies. That means the vector from an origin point to the center is the mass of Mercury multiplied by the vector of this origin to Mercury, plus the mass of Venus multiplied by the vector, and so on for all the bodies in our solar system divided by the total mass of bodies. Instead of a random point, let's set the sun at the origin, meaning the distance to the sun is 0. We can get the mass of all the planets from NASA. Mercury is 0.33, Earth is 5.97, and Jupiter is 1,898 times 10 to the 24 kilograms, and so on. The sun is almost 2 million times 10 to the 24 kilograms, which is 99.86% of the total mass of all the bodies. To get the exact coordinates for each planet, I use the NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory Horizon system. For example, for Jupiter, we set the target body, and then for the coordinate center, we use @sun. We set the exact date, and then we request XYZ coordinates in AU or astronomical units. AU is the average Earth-Sun distance, or about 150 million kilometers. Once we generate ephemeris, we can see with the sun at the coordinate center, Jupiter is at negative 0.78 plus 4.68. Since I don't want to click for every planet, I coded this so I can get all the data from Python. Here's the table for all the coordinates. We multiply the mass of each planet with the x, y, and z. Then we sum all these multiplications and divide by the total mass of all the bodies, including the sun. By doing some more simple math, we get the x, y, z coordinates for the center of our solar system. It's not 0, 0, 0 where the sun is. The distance to the sun will be the square root of x squared plus y squared plus z squared, or 0.007 AU. That's about 1 million kilometers when the sun's radius is about 700,000 kilometers. So, the sun isn't the center of our solar system. The sun is also going around the center like this.
Like WTF. Mars is laughing at us and some huge meteor is like, well, fuck that.
And if you still don't believe me, the source for this last animation is NASA.
They've even found the weirdest, this is like the weirdest. They did a study where they observed people shaking hands and they filmed them and found that in that minute after shaking hands, almost everyone touched their nose or their face. And they found that their nasal dilation increased, meaning when we shake someone's hand, we're kind of smelling their hand. Like, I smell you. It's so weird. It's so weird, but that's what we're doing. It's because we're sussing out something about their personality. So there's a lot, I think, under the surface that we don't even realize is happening.
I don't think I've
Yeah. You wanted this rip talking shit, now you laid in the ditch. I'm from Brooklyn, Bushwick, this side just gets. This side B's when you see a G. Back up, motherfucker, now you laying in P. Like JD Def, your flow is so-so. When shit get thick, don't run to the po-po. Oh, no, you can't fuck with my flow. I fuck around and make you taste the fofo.
I'm a pimp until the day I die. Staying fly, catching a female's eye every time I ride by. Sitting high on the track, cruising in my Rolls voice. The game that I be kicking be getting these hoes moist. I'm a pimp by blood, plus that was my only choice. It's me against the world, I got to show them who's boss. I'm so cold with the game, I control everything. The women be shining like the baguette of my diamond ring.
I ain't scared, I ain't got nothing to lose. Cause if I don't get put on, then I'm robbing you dudes. Hey Dave, I gotta make sure I have some cash flow. Niggas get hit and tied up in some tassel. Cause where I come from, I never read, never will. Brooklyn, New York, my home is Brownsville. Since my mom is gone and my pop is gone, it's another sad song when the drama is on. Knock, knock.
We're chilling a little bit past Pinecrest and shit. What the fuck is this? You know what I mean? What the hell is that shit?
It's a Stranger Things
They're
stuff.
growing out the ground like a fucking... What the hell is this? What the helly? What the helly? What the helly? There's more growing. Tremors. Hey, I want to grab them.
I'm freaking out, man. You are freaking out, man.
I don't know what those are. I've never seen.
Ever since the weird sighting of that object that fell through the sky over Oaxaca, Mexico, people are now sending videos of unidentified objects that they're encountering. And this next video is absolutely out of this world. Literally a factory of workers evacuated because this glowing orb entered their facility. And they have no explanation for this. This isn't a ghostly orb. This is something completely else, something we've never seen this close. Take a look at this video, comment below, tell me what you think.
Los marcianos, Loco, los marcianos,
It's like a little Dragon Ball.
Wild shot!
What the?
So that mothership should be here next month. Bro, just saved the day.
This extremely unusual creature was filmed in Florida swimming up to a boat. The person filming explains they literally lost sleep for nights after seeing this. He explains he thought it was someone just playing with him, trying to frighten him, but after it swims behind the boat it simply wasn't seen again. He checked his boat thinking it might have got onto the boat, but the boat was completely empty and the area around the boat was silent. What was it? Where did it go? Don't forget to follow me for your dose of nightmare fuel.
Have you ever seen that video of the ant and the pen?
No.
They get an ant on a piece of paper, and the guy on YouTube, it's like got millions of views on YouTube, just with a biro, draws a circle around the ant. And the ant runs to the edge of the circle and believes it's trapped, and it will not cross that line. It will not cross that line. Looking down on it from a bird's eye view, you go, oh no, it's just a figment of its imagination. They do the same with a spider. They get a piece of paper, there's a little spider on it, they draw a circle around it with a biro. It will not cross that line. As the guy's drawing the circle smaller and smaller, he accidentally draws it so close to the spider that the spider steps over the biro,
and then it can never, ever in its life be trapped by the buyer again. And you watch it just run off the page, and he's trying to trap it again, and it can never, because it realizes that's just a wall it's built in its mind. You, me, we have drawn circles around ourselves, but they are just figments of our imagination. And those circles are determining how far we push, how far we aim, the things we decide to do. The best place to always search, I think, is in the labels we've given ourselves. That is building a wall around you in your own mind.
Look at this fat ass, giant, morbidly obese squirrel.
He's the boss.
Get in my belly!
Now, he looks like he's been through it.
You can stick needles into people's spine, and you can draw out fluid, and you can look at the metabolites of things like serotonin, and you can get depressed people and undepressed people and say, is there any difference in the actual amount of serotonin floating around in the brain? Every time they've done this, they have not found that there is any difference between depressed and undepressed people. But
there's no difference?
There is no difference. Because that's why we don't use any biological markers in the diagnosis of any psychiatric conditions. No brain scans, no blood tests. They're not useful because there are no ways, like actual biological ways to differentiate depressed people from undepressed people.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. And the way they justify it was, well, okay, so we haven't found it yet, but it must be a medical problem and we're eventually going to find it. And rather than admitting that, in the meantime, we'll just tell people it's a chemical imbalance because it's just an easy kind of like metaphor for them to understand, and it helps us dish out the drugs without people asking too many questions.
But it's untrue.
It's untrue.
Therefore, physicians should not say that, or they should lose their medical license.
Rule number one. Rule number one.
Yeah, I bet you it's very painful. What up, dog?
That's just in case one of these fuck niggas get rolled. Cause I see all these earth niggas talking crazy and shit, but I won't put it on their ass and shit, you know what I mean? Stay prepared, I just wanna let these folks know goddamn, don't let this fat shit fool you, know what I mean? Cause I got a little gut. I'll put it on your ass, my God.
Why don't you take a picture, Ian?
Yeah, and post it on totalfuckingawesomeness.com/rerule.
Yeah.
She just going to that underclass.
He just bought the house right next to his ex-wife, and she doesn't even know it. This guy. Yeah, shit. All right. Thanks for coming.
Just post it up.
Yet another CEO has just made a fatal mistake. So on Thursday night, a very famous Polish tennis player was signing autographs for fans and attempted to give his cap to a young boy in the crowd. That's when a fully grown man snatches it to the disbelief of the boy and then hides it in his partner's bag. And boy, Was that a mistake? Because as soon as this clip went viral, the internet didn't just identify the man and then absolutely scorch him online, but they also found that he is a CEO of a paving business, and then they started raining down hellfire in the form of bad reviews. Now, the Polish CEO has since deactivated all of his social media accounts, and according to the tennis player, Kamil, the CEO has since attempted to apologize to the boy and his family. And this all actually has a pretty happy ending, because instead of just getting the hat, Kamil went out of his way to find the boy and then give him a replacement and even more gifts. So, for any CEOs watching, lay low. This is not your time.
Wow.
Happy birthday to you.
What would you do if you went home and you had a bag with dog shit in it? Like, who did this to me?
Oh my god, old man Clemens hates shit. Here he comes.
Are we in danger? Well, according to scientists, we might be. At least according to this publication from December of 2024, as this publication was a culmination of around 40 scientists coming together to basically confront the risks of something called mirror life. Now, you're probably wondering, what in the hell is mirror life? Let's get into some background. Basically, all life on Earth is built up of proteins, and all of those proteins are made up of these things called amino acids. Now, we could get into more of the details of this if you want to go more into the organic chemistry route, but just for the sake of simplicity, whenever it comes to amino acids, the natural amino acids that are synthesized in our bodies are considered L-amino acids. And the mirror image of L-amino acids are these things called D-amino acids, which we don't really find in the natural world. So if L-amino acids make up the natural life on Earth, then if we had an organism that was built up of D-amino acids, those would be considered, you guessed it, mirror life, which is exactly what the scientists who wrote this paper are warning everyone about. As this paper is basically just all of these scientists coming together and being like, hey guys, maybe we shouldn't create mirror life in our lab settings, because what if it got out? And this paper even goes so far as to talk about what could possibly happen if mirror life, for instance, a mirror bacteria, did escape a lab. That being that if mirror bacteria actually did find a way to escape from a lab setting, there's a potential that it could infect humans. And if it did, our immune systems wouldn't be able to detect it. And that's because, in an extremely simplified explanation, our immune systems know very well how to detect organisms that are built out of L-amino acids. However, they don't know how to detect organisms built out of the mirror image of L-amino acids. And what happens if our immune systems can't detect this new bacteria? Well, worst case scenario, it could wipe us all out.
I can't even handle it. Oh, she got cute feet.
The hideousness of that foot will haunt my dreams forever.
Oh yeah, I've heard that before.
What the fuck?
There he goes. He's a runner. He's a track star.
What is wrong with that guy?
Oh!
Ooh, he almost did it.
You know Selena Gomez?
Yeah.
You see the one today? She's different head. Selena Gomez. She's not the same one.
Oh man, I gotta look into that.
So true Selena Gomez has been working at Target as a manager, being forced to do so since 2020 at the very least.
Oh, yeah.
And she was taken, I don't know what year. You'd have to,
man.
they'll take pictures of the false one when she's younger, so later on they'll present the false one at a younger age, so you think, oh, well, she was the same one the whole time. No. You gotta watch out for that.
That's wild.
So everyone needs to pick up the phone, call Target, and complain that store manager Karina is no longer allowed to leave the back room. And the employees act like she's not working there when she is working. She's the manager. When corporate comes down, they want to interface with Karina. They made her a manager. Why did they do that? I don't know. So now the employees who are criminal won't let her leave the back room. And that includes the security guards.
So she's stuck at Target then.
She's stuck working at Target as a slave, but now because of my mouth telling people she's Selena Gomez, and at first I was saying in front of her, not knowing she was Selena Gomez. I started talking about the swap while I'm buying stuff, and she's like way over there with a real serious face, intimidating because she was so serious.
I gotta go save her, bro.
The whole time.
I gotta go get her.
So everyone needs to call Target.
Ron, where are you?
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
So Target will force them to bring Selena out of the back room so she can.
I'm gonna get her myself.
Well, can you walk in the back room?
I'll get there, bro.
You know what? If you can wear a Target, if you can get a Target employee uniform, then you can just walk in the back room.
Man, he is on one. Whatever they got going on.
Bird up.
Have you guys ever seen an actual photo of a D word?
She starts crying, she flips out.
I'm not talking about the ones that are like drawn. I mean an actual legit photo of a D word. If you haven't, I'm about to show you. If this is the type of content that you're into, feel free to follow me. I post every single day. It seems like something doesn't want me to show you guys, but I'm gonna show you anyways. So this photo was taken in 2005 with one of those Kodak disposable cameras. It captures the moment that this man woke up from a coma. Apparently he had been in a deep coma for months. It wasn't until later that they developed the films that they saw this. Here's a closer look. There's absolutely no reason why this dark figure should have been in the corner of this photo. It definitely looks defeated, like it came there to try to get him, but it couldn't, and now he's just like sticking around. As you guys know, D words come in all shapes and sizes, so I don't know. What do you guys think?
Mm-hmm. Whoa. Damn, bros. Just next level, dude. So smooth.
So Google just gave AI the ability to see everything happening to our planet in remarkable detail. This is Alpha Earth, and it might be the most important mapping breakthrough in human history. Let me break it down. Every day, dozens of satellites capture an insane amount of data. Think of optical images, radar, laser mapping, climate data, all of it. But here's the problem. All this information was scattered, inconsistent, and impossible to use together. And scientists had to wait weeks just to get a clear picture of one small area. Just yesterday, Google's DeepMind dropped Alpha Earth to the public. They trained this AI every type of Earth observational data imaginable and taught it to see our planet like no human could ever. This AI now maps the entire planet in 10 meter squares. We're talking 1.4 trillion data points annually with 24% better accuracy than anything that existed before. And the scientific community is very excited. And it's already being used in real applications. The UN is using it to track deforestation in the Amazon. Scientists at Harvard are monitoring climate change with precision that was impossible just months ago. Even Brazil's environmental teams, they went from guessing about rainforest changes to tracking changes with incredible accuracy. And I think what excites me the most is that this is just the beginning. The use cases for Alpha Earth are going to be endless. For example, checking crop health globally to prevent food shortages, or tracking environmental changes as they're happening. And of course, understanding our planet's system like never before. This is the kind of AI stories that doesn't just change science, it changes how we protect our planet. Follow and I'll keep you posted.
This man has spent the last 2 years building an entire town for his pets, and it will blow your mind. It all started with an apartment for his Shiba Inu and cats, but when people saw the excruciating level of detail that Jing put into it, it went viral. I mean, it is so realistic that it makes it look like the cat is the thing that's fake. Bro, he even created an underground den for his hamster, and then inside that, another even smaller room for his spider. What the hell? And so naturally, people wanted more. So, Jing started building more, like an elevator, a mini robo-vacuum, a gaming room complete with a sneaker collection, figurines, and model cars. And yes, this apartment even has running water. He then spent the next 2 months building an underground parking garage for his pets and even added cameras and put Shiba-san as the head of security. But you know what his pets really needed after that? A seaside retreat to get away from the city. So bro built them an entire private island. Not that kind of island. It took him over a month to build, and it comes with real flowing water, a painted horizon, and is themed on How to Train Your Dragon. And thinking a private island was probably a good place to stop, he then finds out that Ting Hao was pregnant with 7 kittens. And so he suddenly realized this apartment wasn't big enough for a growing family. So naturally, he started building an entire town. Over the months, he built his pets a spa, a supermarket, yes, with real meat, a bank, a cinema, which took him another 2 months to build because he had to 3D print over 1,000 separate parts. He built them a billiards club, a Meow Donald's, and even copped his hamster a cyber quad and his cats a Cybertruck. But by far, the biggest addition to Cat Town was the working subway station. This took Jing over 4 months to build, and some of the most challenging parts was figuring out how to open the train doors and platform doors simultaneously, and also how to create a working escalator. But of course, he achieved both of them beautifully, and today, Cat Town has affordable transportation. Now, the biggest question he gets asked all the time is why? Why spend all this time and money on your pets like this? Well, he said that it started just as a fun little idea to attract more customers to his wife's pet store, which she recently opened. But then it just spiraled out of control because he loves what he does and it makes his son happy.
That is so awesome. Some of that wouldn't let me show it.
If you're seeing SOS on your phone, you're not alone, because Verizon customers across the country were just hit with a massive outage that started around noon today.
Hello? Hello?
Over 20,000 people reported problems, with cities like Chicago logging thousands of cases where phones were stuck in SOS mode, meaning no calls, no texts, no data. Verizon has confirmed that the issue was caused by a software glitch that knocked out parts of its wireless network. But what many people found strange is that some phones in the same households worked just fine, while the others were completely down. And in certain spots, even Verizon's fiber optic internet was affected. A Verizon representative had told customers that it could last anywhere from 30 minutes to 6 hours, but as the evening went on, outage reports started dropping and some people had their service returned. Verizon has said that full restoration is still rolling out, and you can check their official network status page if you are still having problems. So if your phone went into SOS mode this weekend, just know it wasn't just you, it was a nationwide Verizon outage. And if you did have this happen, let me know in the comments how long it affected you and what city you're in. This is like the one opportunity I have to say that I'm happy to have AT&T.
Remember, no one can prove that you weren't a regional manager for a Sears, Blockbuster, Toys R Us, or Radio Shack. Follow me for more tips and tricks on how to land a cush job. I'll see myself out.
Did you hear about that fucking robot that guy is building called Nosy?
No, what the fuck is that?
Pretty much this guy on TikTok is building a 10-foot tall animatronic robot that is pretty much like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Really?
It's like a big bunny. He calls it Nosy. It's going super viral right now because every week almost he's showing these update videos of him adding new parts to it and building it. It's this guy named Citra. That's what he goes by on TikTok.
Yeah.
And he is telling people that what he wants this robot to be able to do and be is it's going to be this huge robot that he wants it to be bulletproof, waterproof. Dude, damn near like everything proof, bro. Fireproof. And he said he wants it to be able to run 30-something miles per hour.
What are his plans with this robot, though?
He said it's just for fun.
That's a little insane, though.
And a lot of people are like, you're bugging a little bit, bro. You're going to be the one that's going to start the uprising. What kind of fucking crazy thing is this? He said it's going to be able to like crouch down. It's going to be able to spy. Dude, it's super fucking weird. All right, so this is the guy's Citra's page, right? He got 1.7.
Sir.
He's doing his thing, and these are the legs and the arms of this big bunny.
Thank you so much for getting us here.
That's so weird. That looks weird as though.
I wanted you to see the final product, what he wants it to look like. Here it is.
It looks like Bonnie from
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so weird, dude. Why does he want to do this for?
I don't know. He said just for fun.
That's insane. Dude.
He said, if
I
you
mean,
build
I'm
it,
very
they will
interested
come.
to see what he's going to do at the end.
Yeah, me too. I want to see if he does finish it.
If he can actually like let it walk around and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the Terminator.
Ice cubes
Terminator.
freeze from the outside, but they melt from the outside, bro. This says a lot.
What in the hell is he talking about? Einstein gave us relativity. This guy explained why whiskey gets watered down. Listen, did you know that we're technically still in the Ice Age? Well, now you do. That right there is the kind of wisdom that you find inscribed on the Waffle House bathroom stall. Lord have mercy.
We have breaking news coming out of Oaxaca, Mexico, around August 27, 2025. About 7 o'clock at night, dozens and dozens of residents saw what appears to be an unidentified object crashing down, and everybody caught it on video. But here's the thing. The police now have cordoned off the area, and they are not allowing anybody in there. Some are saying it's a meteorite. Others were saying that no, it was an actual object. They don't know what it is. But take a look at this video, comment below, tell me what you think.
Man, like we said, 2025 is going to be the year that aliens came back or whatever. I mean, 2025 is winding down, so whatever this is about to surface or show itself.
Allá me estoy metiendo entre unos caminos aquí cerca de unos sembradíos y se ven las luces como de patrullas. Voy para allá. Y miren, sí, tal como les digo, hay pues patrullas aquí justo cerca de la zona donde se alcanza a ver este fuego, que hay personas que me dieron información de que esto es un basurero, pero lo raro es porque hay, o sea, sirenas, porque hay policías, porque el ejército, no lo entiendo, pero voy para allá. No, pues no se pudo, me dijeron que me regrese, no me dejaron grabar.
Looked like there was drones up there though, so I don't know. Man, I heard a Superman crawled out of there. Or something. Speaking of that.
The new thing is the PSYOP with the term black pill. Have you heard that? Oh, you're black pilled.
Well, it was red pilled and then you couldn't say
So here are
it.
the pills in the order that I think it goes.
Okay.
Blue pill, red pill, black pill, white pill
Blue pill is what everyone takes every day.
is the people who believe the official narrative.
Let's say normies.
Still watching MSNBC and CNN.
Okay. The red pill are people, I think, like me, that have done some digging.
Yes,
Okay.
done some research.
Mhm.
Understand there's an alternative story that we're not told.
Black pill is deeper than the red pill?
Black pill is this. They're doing it no matter what. There's nothing, it's happening there. And to a point, depending on how black the black pill is, there's no hope. You're like, it's doing
Nothing
it.
can stop. Yeah, like AI is going to wash over everything. We can't stop it.
We can't stop
Okay, I'm with that too. Go
and
ahead.
then the white pill, you want to make change, you got to change within. It's God. It's God, connection with human being, vibrations, high vibrations, low vibrations. If you want to change the world, you got to change yourself. And by changing yourself, you show people how to beat the system. And that is the white pill.
What are you on that pill now?
I'm on the white pill. I'm white pill.
Yeah.
How did it get inside? It's gonna be right there.
Why does that thing up in your house?
Let's just get this out of the way. I am biracial. I'm half Irish, half Lord of the Rings. I got my 23andMe back on an ancient scroll. And that's why I look like a prince was rude to a witch. I told Glinda she looked tired, and now she's like, bam, you look like Tobey Maguire in Monsters, Inc. Pretty good. We're teeny tiny guys. We'll wake you up. We're kind of like peacocks. If you see more than one of us in the same day, you're like, what is going on? I wonder if they knew each other.
I want to talk about organ harvesting. If you have organ donor on your license, then the hospital is more likely to let you die. People across the United States have endured rush or premature attempts to remove their organs. Some were gasping, crying, or showing other signs of life. The growing use of the donation after circulatory death, DCD, accounts for about 1/3 of all U.S. organ donations, roughly 20,000 last year. A potential donor in Miami showed clear signs of distress, crying, biting on breathing tube, and was later sedated before life support was withdrawn.
Sedated? What is happening? We're just disregarding any type of consent whatsoever. Like, there has to be a protocol for this. I'm sure there is, but it's obviously not being listened to.
Why is this happening? Federal pressure. The surge in DCD is tied partially to government pressure in performance metrics that prioritize higher transplantation rates. On average, 13 to 17 people die a day waiting for transplant.
That's horrible.
Bro, who the fuck is taking a shit in the bathroom? This fucking Walmart. Nah, fuck that. I'm sticking around. I need to see who the fuck taking a shit. You ain't got no respect for the outside world. And don't even bother raising your feet, because I've already seen it.
Take it off right now. I'm embarrassed. Those people are staring. Don't do it. Don't do it. Evan. Please don't.
Cool J said, nah, let me back up real quick.
Hey. What's going on, baby?
I don't know.
It's that time of year. Coolest mall in America. Seems like was an awkward ending.
This is the quickest way to clear out stuck poop.
The number one food for regular beings.
Fastest way to clear out
The
stuck poop is
algorithm
by
ruining
adding more
their
fiber to your
lives.
diet.
Not quite, unless you want to make things worse, of course.
Quit searching constipation, Grandma. That's funny.
You want me to do it?
Sir? 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 Sir?
Why is it so funny?
Sir? You need to leave!
Scientists at CERN just made a qubit, or a quantum bit, using antimatter for the very first time ever. And it's kind of mind-blowing. In this case, they used an antiproton, which is the twin of a regular proton with an opposite charge. A classical computer bit can only be found in a 0 or 1 state, but a qubit spin can be up, down, or anywhere in between, all at the same time. This is what makes quantum computers so tricky to not only measure, but control, which is why this study is making headlines, because this experiment was able to show an unprecedented level of control over this antimatter qubit. Here's how they did it. Scientists trapped a single antiproton and got it to spin in 2 different directions at once for 50 seconds. Now, that might not sound that impressive, but in terms of quantum physics, that is incredibly long. Most qubits in actual quantum computers lose their quantumness in milliseconds. And it gets way more interesting. This experiment is part of a bigger project called BASE, trying to solve an even bigger question about matter. Scientists think matter and antimatter should behave identically, like perfect twins. But our universe is almost all matter with virtually no antimatter. But per physics, there is absolutely no reason why there should be more matter than antimatter. This is one of physics' biggest mysteries. Where did all the antimatter go? Protons and antiprotons both have an electric charge that pull in opposite directions, kind of like a magnet. It's called a particle's magnetic moment. Certain scientists have theorized that protons and antiprotons' magnetic moments may not be equal, which could explain why matter won out over antimatter in our universe. But why does any of this even matter? Well, because creating a quantum computer out of antimatter qubits might be worth building if there does turn out to be a difference, and this is for a few reasons. The CERN experiment showed antimatter qubits could stay coherent for 50 seconds. So longer coherence equals more time to do complex calculations before the quantum effects break down. Antimatter particles are also naturally more isolated from most matter, which could mean fewer random disturbances that mess up quantum calculations. But all of this is very theoretical because antimatter is currently the most expensive substance on this earth, about 25 billion per gram. And we just made the first antimatter qubit. Now imagine making thousands to work in a quantum computer. TLDR, we're nowhere near an antimatter quantum computer, and sadly, even farther away from the Star Trek curvature engines. If you know, you know. If you're into this video in quantum physics, then you don't want to miss our long form video on YouTube at the end of this month. Make sure you're subscribed and go check that out.
Mr. Beast actually did it. Not only did we just witness the largest creator collaboration in history with a staggering 10,000 creators making a video as part of Team Water, but this has now also become the most money creators have ever raised in a single campaign. 41.5 million in 1 month. This money will now provide over 20 million people with clean water in 25 different countries across 6 continents. And while it was started by Mr. Beast and Mark Rober, the people who actually made this possible was the tens of thousands who donated. In fact, Mr. Beast said that he is now thinking of making a video where he thanks every content creator who made a video, which he said would be around 60 hours of footage.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Hey! Ooh, damn, I almost caught that motherfucker. Yeah. Damn. Oh, you fucking.
Oh, damn.
I figured out how to beat my cocaine addiction. They're called energy drinks, buddy. They're really good for you. They're supposed to train your heart till failure, you know? They're supposed to be really good.
How many energy drinks did you have today?
Not a lot.
What's not a lot?
200.
That's a lot, Grandpa.
I don't care. Grandbuddy, if I start saying words that don't exist, that means I'm having a heart attack, okay?
The people in Hollywood believe that Sabrina Carpenter is this deity.
Whoa!
She's a pop star, ex-Disney childhood star. Her aunt is Nancy Cartwright, the voice of Bart Simpson. She's super famous for being a Scientologist. But the more and more I look into it, the stranger and stranger it gets. I find a photo of her wearing a shirt, and the shirt says, "Awake, arise, or be forever fallen." This phrase is the first quote that Lucifer says in Paradise Lost. Her first ever album is titled Eyes Wide Open. Okay, that's obviously reverential to Eyes Wide Shut.
Yes.
It's like a super direct parallel. Now, Feather, at the beginning of the video, has the title, and the font is the same exact font from Rosemary's Baby. Well, at the very end of Eyes Wide Shut, the daughter of Tom Cruise's character, she walks over to this bassinet, and she looks at it, and she says,
I could put Sabrina in here.
Mind you, the bassinet is the movie poster for Rosemary's Baby.
Wow. They are killing us slowly, dude. This is episode 25, and today we'll be talking about tap water and plastic bottled water are poisoning every single one of us. The point of this series is to show you the harmful additives inside popular snacks and beverages, and then to provide a healthy alternative without sacrificing too much flavor, because I like shit that tastes good. Now, I'm sure you've heard about microplastics being like all over the place, but I bet you didn't know that 93% of all the bottled water in the world contains them. They've been found in literally almost every single brand tested worldwide. Over time, these things lodge in your organs, weaken your immunity, disrupt your hormones, and promote diseases that we once thought were just lifestyle related. Now, for those of you who haven't heard about how to accelerate the whole microplastics being in this water, just leave a bottle of water in the fucking sun, and the heat from the sun is what leaches these chemicals into the water. When we're talking about tap water, this shit gets so much fucking worse. Now, the majority of our tap water is coming through old-ass pipes that are leaking lead, heavy metals, forever chemicals, etc. that just contaminate the shit out of our water. PFAs, or forever chemicals, come from industrial runoff from factories that are making like firefighting foam, plastic packaging, waterproof Teflon coating, etc. These things are called forever chemicals because they do not break down. So that runoff goes into your rivers, your lakes, and your groundwater, which your city then takes and pulls out to use for tap water. Hence how it gets in your body. These chemicals mess with your testosterone, estrogen, and thyroid function, are linked to kidney, liver, and testicular cancers, increase your risk for cardiovascular disease, and accumulate in your blood and organs and take decades to leave. Wonderful work. Now, if you don't have like $400 to buy like a reverse osmosis or some sort of distiller for your kitchen, the healthy alternative I'm recommending is Mountain Valley Spring Water. This shit is... Bro, both the carbonated and the non-carbonated have been tested and do not contain any of this stuff. They can't contain this stuff if they're in the glass water bottles, which if the source and the filtering process is clean, which they are, and they are bottled in glass bottles, this whole microplastics thing is not the case. These have also been extensively tested for PFAs, forever chemicals, and they do not have them. If you struggle with acne, this will clear your fucking acne up right quick. This will make you feel better all around. Like, I'm dead serious. If you've ever drank reverse osmosis water, you know damn well that, like, it just feels better when you drink that shit. Or if you've ever had a plastic water bottle that tasted like, oh, plasticky, that's exactly what you're tasting. If you've ever wondered why your tap water has a weird kind of consistency and a weird taste to it, because there's chemicals in it, They're not just minerals. Comment down below if you've ever tried Mountain Valley. This shit is smack. I definitely recommend it. It's sold all over the place, so it's not that inaccessible. And if you feel like arguing and you disagree with me on something I said, also toss that in the comments. I'm not gonna actually argue with you, but I'm just curious how many of y'all are out there who are just like not trying to hear me out. And as always, stop sacrificing your health for the sake of flavor.
It's like smack. I like that term.
What's that? Oh, the AirPods are going to be able to read your brainwaves because Apple just recently filed a patent for that.
Who would wear AirPods?
So what does this mean? Oh, it means that you're not just listening to the AirPods, but of course they're also listening to you, and they're being able to read your brainwaves electrically. Oh, I love it. Yeah, they'll also be able to scan things such as your facial expressions, your stress levels, what kind of mood you're in, and what they could put on your screen that could get more attention from you because of these things. Awesome. It will kind of work like it does now, where when you just think of something, you start to see ads or videos in regards to that thing. But now it's going to be much better because it will literally be reading your brain. Oh, goody.
This has already started happening.
So my dog ate a 1,000 milligram chocolate bar, and I don't know what to do. What the fuck? What do you do?
It's new Baloo.
This is Niangelo. She's also a artist, raps as well.
Are you getting on next?
Yeah, she's on
okay.
next.
What are you gonna do?
Alternative hip hop. Think Childish Gambino mixed with Kanye, I guess.
Could we do a little sample chop in it?
Yeah.
Could I get you to just like sing some random stuff and I'll chop it up? So just sing like anything you want over it.
Love.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be fire.
Gotta keep the mic in the air. Everybody tryna stay so self-aware. I don't really care, I'm just tryna do the feature. I fell in school, but I be the teacher. I can fly you out, take you to the clouds. There's no coming down when we round. You don't know what you want, baby, I could do it better. She could do it if you really let her. Know I'm young, but I got a lot of wisdom. Got a lot of love, and I wanna give some, baby. Let me know, I could do you better. You ain't gotta say no, like man's not doing enough. That's why I'm here for you. He doesn't know what I'm on. I can fly you out, take you to the clouds. There's no coming down when we ride. I can fly you out, take you to the clouds. There's no coming down. Let me take you out. Let me take you.
Well, hey, thank y'all so much for tuning into another Bryce is Right. Thank you so much, Homage, for the shirts once again. Gotta get rolling, so thank y'all. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss out on any future content, and leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Let us know what's up. Thank y'all so much. The algorithm's a little whack, so please smash that like button, comment, and share. Gotta keep it going, y'all. Other than that, we will see y'all next time. Alright, y'all. Peace.
Rule number 76, no excuses. Play like a champion.
Yeah, well, the dude abides.